Alrighty, what is up everybody, it is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning into another video. Today we're going to be looking at how we can easily get smooth vocals using stock plugins in FL Studio. So let's get straight into it. We're going to be making use of the punk rap vocal effect we did last year, which kind of focuses on some really nice upfront, very busy sounding mixes. You know how we can get our vocals sounding good on those. So you can check out that FLP in the description. But you know, we're going to be making use of two free plugins, EQ and a multi-band compressor. You can use these in any DAWs, but we're going to be focusing on FL Studio. But nonetheless, let's take a quick listen to the track and then I'll show you how I really get my vocals to sound smooth. So really concentrate on that top end, that mid-range. You can see we've got it full of energy. And all we are using are free and stock plugins. So let's go.
So I cannot stop now. Pick up Paul walking in this bitch the way I race now. She drugs, I'm numb, I don't wanna talk now.
Alrighty, so there you go, you get the idea of what we have going. You can hear the mid-range and the high end is like filled with energy, but it's not harsh. Okay, this is a very common mistake that I find with a lot of beginner engineers, is that you're really not getting that top end right. So let's get straight into it, man. So first things first, we're going to be pulling up a fruity multi-band compressor. This is just a stock standard multi-band compressor in FL Studio. You can find it right here. And all we're going to be doing is focusing on the two upper bands. Okay, we're going to be focusing on the mid band and then the high band. Okay, so let's just delete this one. Alright, so let's take a look at the multi-band compressor. So as you can see right here, I'll just give you a visual image. The values are not going to be right, but if we look at the pink band and then the light blue band, you'll see that that's kind of where we're going to be focusing on doing our treatment, okay, where we're going to be doing our compression, or in this case de-essing. So you can see you want to find a range that works for you. I personally like to work around in this region right here. I've got free preset packs that actually contain a fully de-esser for you, so just take a search for free presets, you'll find something. But the way we're going to be setting it up, okay, is we want to disable this low band because we're not going to be dealing with the low end, right? We're not dealing with that orange band over there. That is going to be disabled. And as you can see, it's bypassed, okay? We're going to be focusing on this mid and high band. Now, generally what I want to do is I want to create quite a fast attack. Okay, let's just see what our attack time is. It is 0.1, and then here it is 0.1 as well. Okay, we want it to kick in pretty fast. Okay, that way we're kind of going to be tucking away some of that treble, okay? And we want to set a fairly slow release so it sounds natural. So that's what we're going to be doing with our attack and release. From then on out, we can deal with our ratios. I like the ratio of 2 to 1. Okay, simple and sweet. And then all we're really going to be doing is pulling down the threshold up until the point where we are smoothing out the vocals. Okay, it's as simple as that. We just want a fast attack, medium release. We're not going to be doing any gaining. All we want to do is focus on that threshold, pulling it down so that we're doing some treatment, okay? And then you'll see there's this meter right here called C, okay? Now that is the compression meter. Whenever we see this light up in red, or whenever we see some kind of red engaged here, it means that we are doing compression. That's how much gain reduction we are doing, how much we are removing, how much we're smoothing, basically. So let's just pay attention to that again. Let's just dive into the vocal.
I can't feel a thing right now. Cold world, it's a cold day. Mr. Signs with the wrong way. Got blood on my hands, I rip the heart out.
So as you can see right there, it's doing its compression. It's doing quite a lot of compression. Right there, we're doing about 6 dB of gain reduction in the top end. But it's not kicking in on every word. If it was, we would end up with a really nasty sounding vocal, right? So if I pull this threshold down,
I can't feel a thing right now. Cold world, it's a cold day.
we get this really kind of flattened vocal. It just sounds decimated. We don't want that, okay? We want to just get that threshold to a level that we can kind of feel, okay, it's tucking away some of those loudest S sounds, but it's not overdoing it, okay? You want to be more aggressive on the high band, more so than the mid band. The mid band is really just for those kind of extra, you know, SE sounds that are going to be popping into the mix, okay? This is going to sound unnatural if you're de-essing too low. I like to de-ess quite high, you know, into the vocal range. So if I was to kind of deal with this one, you can...
I can't feel a thing right now. Cold world, it's a cold day.
you know, then we're really starting to muffle the vocal, and we don't want that. Okay, so it's as simple as that. We want to do a little bit of de-essing. Okay, when we have that enabled, we're just basically making sure that no kind of excessive S sounds or T sounds or F sounds are going to be popping out. That way we can then easily mix our vocal. Okay, so once we've done that, we can then begin EQing our vocal. I won't cover analog style EQ in this video since we are focusing on stock plugins, but the next thing we're going to be doing is subtractive EQ. Okay, so what we're going to be focusing on right here is the top band. Okay, now this is a older version of FL. No, we can't actually scroll on the EQ, but essentially what we're doing is we are working on this region right here, right? We've got this kind of what was it always called? It was called PRS or something like that. But basically, man, anywhere from the high mids up to the treble is where we're going to be finding troubled frequencies. Okay, frequencies that we don't like. So I'm out of space here, but if I was just to use this for example, okay, I've got a little notch EQ right there. I can kind of skim the vocal and find frequencies that I don't like and then pull them back. Okay, if you're hearing like there's this really harsh sound in your mix or in your vocal, you can just go and skim around, right? Look around and then find that frequency and then put it back. You can see we did quite an aggressive cut here. We've got a cut at 6.4, we've got a cut again at around 8,000, 9,000 hertz, right? We're just doing some cuts to make sure that the vocal is tamed, right? We want to get rid of all those zones. If we were to boost real quick,
I can feel a thing right now. Cold world is a cold day. Mr. Signs with the wrong way.
so you can see this vocal has been recorded fairly well because there aren't excessive kind of crazy hisses and things like that. But for example, somewhere like there, if we didn't like that, we could just pull it back. And it's as simple as that, man. If you're able to do that, you're going to find that your vocals are going to sound a lot smoother. You're going to find that all of the plugins that people in tutorials are mentioning are going to sound a lot better, right? Because you've dealt with all of the things that are kind of going to be popping out of the vocal. That way you can just focus on adding in that saturation, adding in that compressor plugin that you like, and you're going to get great results. If I just turn both of these off real quick, you can hear that we kind of have a less high fidelity sounding vocal.
I can feel a thing right now. Cold world is a cold day. Mr. Signs with the wrong way. Yeah, blood on my hands, I rip the heart out. Yeah.
You know, you can really hear it on that break right there, right? The vocal is able to fit in with the rest of the mix.
Blood on my hands, I rip the heart out. Yeah.
Right?
Blood on my hands, I rip the heart out. Yeah, feds on my back.
You know, that fades is popping out in a way we don't like. So hopefully this video made sense. Again, definitely check out the FLP link in the description. I've also got a full video on this vocal mix breakdown. You can also check out links to the vocal recording course, vocal mixing course. You can get the bundle right here and really learn how to record in a professional way, really learn how to kind of approach a mix in a professional way so you can speed up your workflow, get better results, become a better engineer, become a better artist. With that being said, man, I'll check out in the next one. Stay well, keep mixing. Peace out.